way to the Indiana Pacers here. Our Shams Charania has more. Shams, what can you tell us?
Malika, Ivica Zubac is going to the Indiana Pacers, I'm told. Ben Mathurin and Isaiah Jackson, as well as significant draft compensation, is going to the Clippers. Still waiting on what that draft compensation is, but clearly the Pacers wanted a center after losing Miles Turner in free agency last offseason. That's what this has been about. They scoured the market searching for centers, whether it was Daniel Gafford, Ivica Zubac, Yves Missy. There was a laundry list of big men that they were looking into and trying to find someone that Tyrese Halliburton was going to be excited about, someone that they could pair with for the next few years once Tyrese Halliburton is back next season from his torn Achilles. But this Tyrese Halliburton, Ivica Zubac pairing is something the Pacers are very excited about. They've landed Ivica Zubac from the Clippers.
They have the Pacers do their center of the
I
future.
do have details,
Okay.
Malika. It's Ivica Zubac and Kobe Brown for 2 first-round draft picks from the Pacers and 1 second-round pick. The first, one of the first is in 2029. It's unprotected from the Pacers, and then there's another one from this year that does have protection.
All right. Wow. A lot of picks flying around in this deal as well. Shams, thank you very much for that insight. We'll let you get back to work. Brian, this deal is so much bigger than just Ivica Zubac headed to the Pacers.
First off, the Pacers get their replacement for Miles Turner. They've been working on that for a while. Second off, Zubac just went kind of for more than Anthony Davis went for. That's another topic. All right, here's what I think is important. Number one, the Clippers appear to be in a significant retooling. I'll step away from saying rebuilding, but it sure looks like a rebuild to me when you trade for draft picks like this, Harden and Zubac. And so that begs the question, what about Kawhi Leonard? What about Kawhi Leonard? Okay, he may not be going in the next 36 minutes, but is this a precursor to looking at whether a Kawhi Leonard trade is coming this summer? He's got 1 year left on his contract. Obviously, we've got the aspiration investigation also going along. The second thing that people are blowing up my phone about right now is the cheers and celebrations in Oklahoma City because the Thunder have the Clippers draft pick this year unprotected. And now the Clippers pick has been soaring up. They were headed for the playoffs, in my view. Now they've traded Harden and Zubac here. They're going down. So this is improving Oklahoma City's opportunity to be in the lottery, which they're celebrating.
Okay, wait. There's so many tentacles to this trade here. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder, the defending champs who are cheering and celebrating. We have the fact that Kawhi Leonard, a question that we've been asking, Ramona, is this spelling out the end of Kawhi Leonard in the Los Angeles Clippers?
About 12 hours ago, I was in the Clippers locker room, and I went to Kawhi Leonard, and I said, you know, I remember when they traded for James Harden, and this was like your big move. You had Paul George and James Harden and you, and there was that big three. You guys were going for it. It was just a couple years ago, and now those guys are gone. You're the last one standing. And he goes, yeah, does it feel like the end of an era?
That's
and he's
about
like,
as verbose as
yeah,
it gets,
it does. Those guys are gone. The players are gone. That's it. He's the last one standing. And I remember the other night when James Harden was traded to Cleveland, somebody whispered to me, you know, watch Zubac now, because I don't think the Clippers are necessarily looking to trade Zubac, but there was a lot of good offers on him because he has a very good contract. He doesn't make as much money as some of these other front lines, Anthony Davis, as you mentioned.
Okay.
They could get 2 first-round picks for him. And he benefited so much from playing next to James Harden. He's probably a declining asset now that Harden is not there.
You know, one thing that teams don't realize, because it's kind of like when you look at your hand, you can only see the markings in yours. You don't pay attention to the rest of the league. So as the Clippers were moving into championship contending, there's other teams that are making moves to do the same thing. And we're just going to figure out to see which ones work. And now we realize the Clippers weren't able to reach their goals at the Milwaukee Bucks when Damian Lillard gets hurt now they're reaching that goal. So everyone is moving simultaneously. So there is a continuity of movement that I think the world and the other teams forget. And they think that they're the last all and end all.
Well, and I think it's a great pickup, by the way, for Indiana. Obviously, this has been a really tough year for Rick Carlisle and company after making the NBA Finals. Halliburton recovering from the injury. But if he has a partner and Zoo, that's a great big man and a center that they can build with for years forward.
And a very good 3-year contract at less than $20 million a year. Excellent value. I would not have traded him if I were the Clippers.
Oh, we have the first Brian clap of the show.
They got 2 first, Brian. They had no.
My game. Creator, playmaker.
It's the Mitchell effect.
Athletic scorer.
Donovan Mitchell.
Look out, he is
Brian Mitchell.
I'm trying to ball. Hell yeah, I want it all when you come from none. Pretty how could I not be cocky? I ain't never been
Someone that really, you know, does whatever it takes to win a game.
Oh, Donovan, he's going up to the top. The boy can fly like a ride at Disneyland.
I would say my signature move is probably the over the top.
What a move, it's Mitchell.
I learned it from D-Wade and Kyrie.
Oh my, this is his house.
D-Wade used to dunk it. Just kind of do my own little version of it.
They don't see all of the hard work, they just see all the results.
All right, Cleveland. They bolstered their backcourt, swapping Darius Garland for James Harden, also dealing DeAndre Hunter in a three-way deal that brought back Dennis Schroeder, Keon Ellis. So, Janae, Danny, let's check in the film room. How is this team going to fit together?
Welcome to our NBA trade deadline film room. I love it here because we've got the biggest board ever. And I'm not going to lie, James Harden going to Cleveland sort of was not on my bingo card, Danny.
Mine either. At first, I was like, what the hell's going on? But, I mean, now it's starting to make sense. As it's settled in, I like it. It's a good move for them.
It is. Let's check out their new lineup because shock me or stop me if you've ever heard this before. James Harden leads the NBA in total isolations. Now they have another guard in their lineup as we zoom in here on James Harden. I'm really excited about this. Let's start, though, as we dive into the tape with the pick and roll because James is a master when it comes to this aspect. You set good screens like John Collins does right here. He is so good that he attracts so many double teams, more than Darius Garland. But what's his signature move?
Step back.
Yeah, he should have patented that. But look at him, one-on-one in isolation.
But two step backs.
Exactly, Danny.
But 1-2 step.
But this is what separates him, his ability as a facilitator. Can you walk me through this play and this pass, Danny?
Yeah, I mean, he is the system, and there's a reason why. He can draw two, draw three. They have a great setup for him. Pick and roll, so much attention. That behind the back pass, wide open floater for Zoo. He's going to have a lot of food on plates for these big men,
yes.
Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. They can eat tonight, like when they get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of the big men, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, they are absolutely going to thrive with a guy like him. He plays great with bigs. But I feel like you should not get lost in the sauce when it comes to analyzing the starting lineup because he is absolutely going to help Donovan Mitchell as well. We know that Donovan Mitchell is having a career year, but now you add in the fact that James Harden demands more double teams than Darius Garland. You're going to see right here, it's going to create easy looks. He did this with Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, I mean, that Indiana series that comes to mind with Donovan Mitchell, he just ran out of gas. He had to bring the ball up the floor. He was tired, fatigued. James Harden could play point guard, you know, take some off his plate, draw two, as he always does, because he has that gravitational pull, and get open looks, not only for Donovan Mitchell, but everybody else in company on that team. As you can see, 2-3 guys, wide open corner. He's one of the best in the business at making this pass. Finding cross-court passes, open shooters, easy wide open knockdown shots for everybody in Cleveland.
Is that called the hockey assist? But us basketball players, we call it swing action. James Harden. We got a Clippers fan. I don't know if he's still in mourning because now he's in Cleveland. But I'm excited to see what James Harden does as a member of the Cavaliers. And I feel like this offense will go all the way up. Questions about the defense, but nonetheless, this is a team that has championship expectations the second half of the season, Malika.
I'm loving this film room edition, Danny and Janae. Thank you very much for that breakdown. Mark, you were in the Cavaliers locker room last night. You had a chance to actually talk to the team about how they're feeling about these moves. What did they say?
Well, respectful to the guy that left that they all love. They're excited. They're really, really excited. Yeah, 6 weeks ago when the first conversations came about James Harden, Donovan Mitchell was aware of him, and he kind of filed it away. He didn't think anything was going to happen. This is actually somebody that Donovan knows. They worked out with Chris Paul and James Harden early in his career when he was with the Jazz, made Adidas trips with him, but didn't think it was going to happen, and then boom, it did. Donovan told me he talked to James 2 days ago. He's going to talk to him today. This ain't going to be Shaq and Kobe. He's super excited to play with him. They both talked about how they need each other to win. He was impressed how James Harden knew their roster inside and out. They talked about how they were going to work together. And Donovan tells me he's just going to keep squeezing his brain and learn from him. Donovan's having an MVP year, but he said there's so many little things that James does that I could get better at that I'm going to do. I also talked to Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. And Coach, you know this. Kenny, you know this. What did James do with Joel Embiid? He helped him get an MVP. What did he do with Zubac? He gave Zubac the best time of his career. And they were, how did the young kids do? They do that, right? They're ready to eat, man. Jared Allen and Mobley, they're ready for these alley-oops, these easy buckets. They're about to eat. and this team feels like they've launched a place to compete for a championship. Last thing I'll say about Donovan, he said this is the first time in his career that management said, I'm going to get you an A-star to join you. And he's really, really excited to be with